welcome back to another Imperfect Chatz episode hosted by me, Gemma Blythe.
Victoria Rose.
Yay!
Welcome back, guys. We've got a jam-packed podcast today.
Haven't we just?
So, Gemma, what's on the podcast today? What's the talk about? What we're going to do? We have got a very intense one, guys. It's
Yeah,
very intense. So,
we have.
grab a cup of tea and prepare yourself.
You're going to need to, basically, is what we're saying, without putting a trigger warning, which I guess I should probably do. Because in this episode, we will be discussing abortion, societal norms, all things when it comes to female reproductive rights as well, we might touch on. So all those things in there are just a fair warning for what's coming up and what could be mentioned. Nothing's guaranteed. Other things may come up in the same conversation. We don't know, but that's what we do here at Imperfect Chatz. Other than that, eventually we're going to be roasting each other with love, of course. Hopefully.
Really?
Hopefully this doesn't rock the boat of friendship too much.
I don't think it could, to be honest.
No, I don't think
We
it
love
could
roasting
either.
each other. We do it on a daily basis.
Yeah, that's so true. We're terrible.
I think I do it more to you than you do to me, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true, actually. But then again, I think that's pretty normal when it comes to me.
Great friend and I.
Absolutely. The best, she says, with a lot of eye rolling in there, I might add. Okay, so I suppose we should talk a bit about what we talked about last week, which was imperfect firsts. So we touched on all things first dates. We drew up a massive list of different firsts that people could go through throughout their lives. We were both shocked at the length of the list.
It goes on and on.
But, oh, it does. It really does. It goes on a lot longer than what you actually think it's going to go on when you start talking about firsts. So we did all of that. And in today's episode, well, who knows what can happen. So I think if we get started, I think the conversation first started when I commented on a podcast with Ashley Roberts on TikTok, and you liked that comment and you said, this is definitely something that we should mention in Imperfect Chatz.
Absolutely. Like, this is a topic that don't get talked about enough. Very controversial.
No.
And
Can be seen as controversial.
it can be, yes. It certainly can, especially in America.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not so much in the UK, but more so in
No.
America.
Yeah.
But people do have an opinion.
Yeah, it's different all over the world. And this is one of those subjects that we do invite you to comment below, because this would be interesting to get different people's perspectives on.
Yeah,
Because
especially when it comes to celebrities, because you had Lily Allen, who's another one who spoke out about this, and she was seen in an interview with another podcast laughing about it because she couldn't remember how many abortions she had.
Yeah.
And it is a very sensitive subject, especially from someone like myself who can't have kids naturally, who's got to go through IVF because I don't have eggs in my ovaries.
Yeah.
So you got a bless of producing a baby and you want to ruin that life.
Yeah.
Like, because a human being, you're making a human being inside of you.
Yeah.
The experience you're gonna go through is insane. Scans you're gonna
Exactly.
experience in the pregnancy, the morning sickness that every female will absolutely hate, but they have a privilege of going through it. Do
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, it's very hard, but
Yeah.
like I said myself, we probably won't be able to have IVF successfully, but that's okay because there's adoption, fostering, there's other ways for me to have a child. Uh,
Yeah.
it's the experience to make the child go through the pregnancy. That's what I'll
Yeah.
miss. I'll never experience.
Yeah. And that's due to the Turner syndrome, right?
It is, yeah.
And so for those who don't know, what does Turner syndrome impact?
Impact a lot.
Yeah.
I found out at the age of 17 because I could have found out in my mum's womb or at birth or throughout my childhood because the signs were there. I'm going to be real with you. The signs were there from the get-go. Absolutely there. When I was found out I couldn't have kids at 17 because I don't have X, like, that broke me
Yeah. I can
from
imagine.
it. Kind of moved
Yeah.
on, you know what I mean? Life happens, but the thing is, you get girls that will have kids willy-nilly, and they
At
don't
the
wanna be a
drop of a
mum.
hat almost.
Yeah, and they won't have abortions
Mhm.
because they slept with someone they shouldn't have slept with, because they cheated or whatever, they don't know who the father is,
Yeah.
you know? It's a very hard subject to talk about, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I mean, in the way that Ashley Roberts was talking about it, for anybody who doesn't know, she was talking about not necessarily wanting kids, even though she's
But that's okay.
married and
Not everyone wants
yeah,
kids. That's okay. You're allowed to have your
exactly.
option of not having a kid. It's your body. If someone goes through that, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Absolutely fine. I have no problems with people having an abortion or
Mhm.
anything like that. But it's when people use it because they want to. It's their
Yeah,
option.
exactly.
Do you know what I mean? People using it as a get out of jail free card.
Yeah, or almost as a contraceptive
Yeah.
when it's not.
You're gonna have a baby. It's a possibility.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, like, just to add in a bit of lightness here, when we're watching like soaps of an evening, it still amazes me, right? These are fully grown adults. And it amazes me that when they have sex, they're shocked to find out that they're pregnant. So many bloopers. So it still shocks me when adults from like soaps, things like that, get pregnant because they go and have sex and then they don't think that pregnancy is going to be a symptom afterwards. Like,
Exactly. Wear a
how?
condom
Yeah. I mean, it's not
or
rocket
implant.
science.
I know these things aren't always effective. I understand that condom can split, etc. An implant's not
Exactly.
necessarily effective either. People have
I know.
pains in it and end up taking it out, and there's so many things. But
Yeah.
male, they don't have anything.
No.
Why don't they have something for men?
No
They
idea.
produce they produce a lot of sperm.
Hmm.
Surely it makes more sense
And I
for
mean,
a
like,
male to something
yeah. And I mean, the
in a
thing
way.
is, yeah. I mean, the thing is, if they developed birth control for men, there would be half of the side effects that there are to do with the women's contraceptives.
Let's face it, it's a man world out there, and it shouldn't be.
No. I mean, even when it comes to medical testing, things are tested on men first.
I don't understand
Why?
that. If they're making it for women, it should be tested on us.
Yeah, yeah, it should.
There's female scientists out there, so why aren't they not speaking up about this? Or are
They
they,
need
and
to
we just
be.
don't know?
I think some of them are starting to. And if you look really hard, but again, you have to look so hard when it comes to the news, when it comes to the internet and everything else, to be
A
able
lot
to
of things get
find,
hidden.
yeah, if it's classed as controversial or directed towards women, it gets buried. And we're getting to a point where things like that really need to stop being buried because it impacts on so many different people's health. It's unbelievable.
Yep.
I mean, going back to the topic, it's something which touches me slightly differently than it does you. So I found out that I had PCOS when I was in an abusive relationship. And then it was kind of taken out on me. And I was made to feel that I was at fault for having PCOS.
It's not your fault.
Exactly.
No one should be made anything to be their fault.
Yeah.
A lot of women do have PCOS and
Yeah,
they
they
have had
do.
kids.
Yeah.
It is possible. Um,
Yeah. But yeah, at that time, it was just very, very awkward. There was so much going on. She was going down the illegals Facebook sperm donation routes
what?
and wanting me to sleep with men to get pregnant. And yeah, so all of that just adds with me. It's just, yeah, that's something that I'm still very, very much angry about.
I can imagine you have every right to be angry. You have every right to be.
Yeah,
And I'm sorry you went through that. That's just how can anyone put their loved one through the heartache?
yeah.
It's just not
No, I
on at
mean,
all.
at the time, like, and going
How
back to
old were
peace,
you?
I was 21. Yeah, I must have been 21. And so that was very tricky. And we just got engaged, and she was denying the engagement to absolutely every one of the family.
What?
Yeah, yeah. I was the hidden secret there.
Sorry, someone just walked past the house. That's
Oh,
why the
it's
dogs
okay.
are barking. That's why so they should be quiet now.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was tricky to deal with.
I can imagine it was,
So,
especially at such
yeah,
a young age.
yeah. So when it comes down to
Because
me and societal norms, I just rebel from them as much as possible without really intending to.
do you want kids?
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
But when I'm in a better space.
and the right person.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's important.
It is. It really is. And I knew that that relationship wasn't right at that point. And so I found myself putting obstacles in the way and coming up with reasons as why not and things like that. Because when you're in that, I can only describe it as a web that you're caught up in. And there's just so many strands
Yeah,
connected
I
to it
see what
that,
you're. Yeah,
yeah. And it's just this whole big ball of hell that you just want rid of, but you don't know how to get out of it.
or try and find a way to get out of it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's possible.
Yeah.
Because when you're in that abusive relationship, that's all you want to do. Is you want to leave.
Yeah.
And the relationship I was with before my current fiance, I moved across the country to be with him,
Yeah, you do.
and he sold me this dream, and that's all it was. It was a dream. I love traveling, and he sold me
Mhm.
that dream of going traveling. He bought a boat and he's gonna live on a boat and move, go across Europe on a boat, sail. And he said he wanted children, and obviously
Yeah.
I want kids. And then he's going to change his mind,
Mm.
and obviously a deal breaker.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
important. It's
exactly.
okay to change your mind to from wanting you don't want kids to you want kids or other way round. That's
Yeah.
okay, but not
Yeah.
it's hard to explain.
Yeah. Flip-flopping is what I call it. When it, like, changes somebody's emotions or emotions get caught up in that, as they would do because it's such a huge decision.
Mhm.
It's tricky. And that's when it becomes verging on the hell that I explained because that's when it's dangerous, when emotions are involved. I mean, there's a huge difference from deciding which chocolate bar to get at the supermarket to deciding, do you want kids or don't you want kids? And it
Completely different.
just, yeah, it's very frustrating when
Especially when he
people,
knew I wanted kids and what I'll go through,
yeah,
and he knew how important it was. Like I said, it's okay if people change their mind. The kid's not for everyone, you know what I
yeah,
mean? But just be truthful from the start. You have to
exactly.
know what you want. 'Cause
Yeah,
there's no point being in a relationship if you both you want different things. 'Cause it's not gonna work out.
exactly. Yeah. You both need to be on the same page throughout, because if you've got two camps that are warring, then you just don't get very far at all.
No. But thing is, females also has abortion without male finding out. And
Mhm.
I'm all for feminists and it's your
Yeah,
body, it's your choice, blah blah. But it's also
yeah,
important for men who has a choice as well because it's their
yeah,
child you're carrying.
yeah,
Do you
yeah,
know what I mean? Like it is
yeah,
it is a hard subject, but
yeah. I mean, I would probably add in there that as long as you're in a consensual relationship
yes.
and it's safe, then yes, it is important. It is absolutely important that
But it
men
doesn't
have
happen though. I know
equal.
females that have an abortion without the partner knowing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you would have thought that, going back down the gender equality route here, you'd have thought that clinics would have the ability and like the persuasion to say, don't you think that? And just open that discussion with the
Thing is they
patient.
don't because
No.
like I said, it's a female choice. It's
Mm.
our bodies that go through it all. And if the female wants to have abortion, they can't
Yeah.
stop it because it's a hard choice to make.
Yeah, it
Let's
is.
be real, it's not an easy choice to go down.
No, it's,
See, it's a hard decision to make, especially if your child you obviously quite far along, let's say 6 months along, and you
mhm.
found out that your child's got a disability of some sort
Yeah.
and it's gonna be life threatening
Yeah.
and you've been told it's probably best to have an abortion and you're gonna be
Mm.
stillborn, etc. You have to give birth. That's a
Mm.
hard choice to make.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's ridiculously hard. And it's hard because it involves emotion and another person's life that you're in charge of, ultimately.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that sometimes gets taken for granted, along with a lot of decisions that get taken for granted. And when you're talking about abortion and the abortion rights and things like that, it's so upsetting when people don't do the research, because this happened recently with a very good friend of mine, and he said that he didn't see a problem initially with the abortion rights in the States. Now, coming from somebody that's been abused and everything else, sometimes the last thing you want to do is carry a kid from the abuser.
Mhm. And I get that. I
Yeah,
completely understand, but that is
yeah,
fine,
yeah,
it's absolutely fine. But
yeah.
it's also some females out there that will carry their child to get justice and prove
Mm.
'cause sometimes
And I
that can be
respect that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's a hard choice to make.
Yeah, it's ridiculously hard.
It takes
So
a
hard.
brave it is, but that's their choice. It's they
Yeah,
want to bring up, and that's okay.
yeah.
People shouldn't
But
take people shouldn't look down on people's choices that doesn't
exactly,
really affect them. You know, in
exactly.
EastEnders, you've got, little Mo.
Mhm.
She was
Yeah,
abused by Trevor, I do believe,
yeah.
back in the early 2000s
Gosh, that was
or
ages
mid
ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was early 2000s,
Yeah.
and it resulted in a baby called Freddie.
Mhm.
And Freddie's only just come well, I say just, probably about over a year now, he's been in EastEnders.
Yeah.
And he's not long found out that he's from a rapist's father,
Mhm.
and mum has brought him up, and you can tell how upset he is. He's
Yeah.
nothing like his dad.
No. No. And I think just to slide in here, there's a more recent issue in Emmerdale that's been brought to light.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, you've got Caleb Milligan, his wife, Ruby. She was assaulted by her father when she was younger, and she gave birth to a daughter as a result of that abuse. Her daughter has recently found out about the whole thing, and she went down the plastic surgery route to make herself look less like her granddad as she knew him as. And she actually looked nothing like him. And she speaks nothing like him at all. But because she carries the same genes, it then opens up this whole new conversation of things can't be changed like that. Genes can't be changed. And sometimes that's not enough for people. And that's where I think more support needs to be as well later on down the line. I mean, she went to see plastic surgeons that had no idea of her past because she didn't tell them. She was passing mental health exams and still being allowed the potential surgery.
Hmm.
So it's a catch 22 situation.
I'd see what you're saying, but if she's redeemed capacity, like she knew what she's doing, she's in a state of mind, then they can't really argue.
No, no, they can't.
You can't argue it.
No.
But the soaps, they've done quite a few of these sort of storylines.
Yeah, they
Like,
have.
there's another one, Kat and Zoe. Kat
Yeah.
is Zoe's mum because she was raped by her uncle,
Hmm.
Uncle Harry, I do believe, and ended up having twins,
Hmm.
Zoe and another one, which I think
Yeah.
EastEnders forgotten about, to be honest.
I was going to say, where's that one going to crop up from?
And I just had the ice cream truck just goes down. October, people, right? Said ice cream truck just gone past my house.
Hey, it's adding light into the conversation. Let it.
It does. But obviously, everyone's entitled to their opinions.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's no right answer. It's
No,
what's best for the individual.
exactly.
But with me, I come from, I can't have kids. How can anyone abort their kids?
Hmm.
I get it, I
Yeah.
understand, but it's when
Yeah.
people use it as get out of jail free card. That's what I'm
Yeah.
like Lily Allen. It's
Mm.
another prime
Yeah.
example. Understands doesn't want to have kids, but there's other ways to prevent it from happening.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're killing a life. It's a life being.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Saying that again, that's also controversial. Is it? Are you? Is it actually alive at that point? Obviously, do you know what I mean? Like growing at
Yeah.
early stage, people say that it's not a human being or a living thing until certain weeks.
It's, I think it's 5 weeks before it gets a heartbeat.
Yes. Yeah. When
So, yeah,
but you can have abortion at 22 weeks, can't you? Or is it more now?
I think it's more now.
It's more now. Yeah, it's more.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's such a tricky topic. It's one that please get involved down in the comments and remember that this is a safe space when we talk about things like this. If me or Vic see a comment that's judgy or anything like that, it will be wiped. It will not last.
Like I said, there's no the thing is there's no right and wrong answer.
Exactly.
To be
Yeah.
honest, there isn't. I think a lot of people in my situation people feel like they're lesser than women because they can't have kids. Like, there's a whole thing
Mm.
around this, and it is a massive subject.
Yeah, it is. Huge.
It's huge.
And it's one that I should probably say if you've got any questions about anything that we've talked about, whether it be Turner's syndrome,
I'm happy to
PCOS.
do a podcast on that and touch on that a little bit more, on both
Yeah,
the medical conditions, so that we can educate people.
exactly. Yeah, I think those both need more information surrounding them. And because that's where the problem lies, it's from a lack of information.
Yeah.
And so the more information that we can arm people with through this imperfect chats that we've got going on, the better.
Thing is, we can ramble on and on and on, and probably some stuff we say and doesn't make any sense.
Yes, but that's why we've got a studio Vic and a producer that goes through everything.
The thing is, though, we go from one subject to another, and then we'll go back to that subject. It's like 5th grade ADHD. I'm sure. Could we just go?
Yeah, yeah. Which is why it's called Imperfect Chats. Because
Is
nobody
this?
knows what's
You
going to
know what?
happen.
I think this channel is going to be perfect for ADHD
Yeah.
because
I mean, like, you've got two, like, hosts with ADHD. You've got a producer with ADHD. So God knows what's going to happen, to be quite honest. Right. But I
right.
suppose we should move on to slightly lighter topic
Okay.
to break it up a little bit. So, as some of you may have seen, I'd be very surprised if you hadn't and you followed me. Jay Shetty did a wonderful, although very, very long interview with Emma Watson a couple of weeks ago.
Love Emma Watson. She's
So do
amazing.
I. She is. And to be quite honest, I admired her before the interview, but I admire her even more now
Yeah.
through sharing her truths and what she's been through since leaving acting.
Has she completely
She's
left acting now?
no, she hasn't.
Okay.
She's been on a bit of a break. She's been doing more inner work because she realized that acting had basically become something that she felt she needed to do that was almost impulsive
Okay.
at one point.
I understand what she's saying. Okay.
Yeah. And so, with that in mind, I think it's important to go down the avenue of, before we start roasting each other, what truths actually are, because so much can get diluted.
Mhm.
Even our personalities can be diluted a huge amount
Yeah.
through being told what to do, what not to do as a kid,
Yeah.
and then moving into adulthood saying you shouldn't talk about this, but you should talk about that because it's good. And then
It's hard, isn't
throughout,
it?
yeah,
It's
yeah. And
because there's
throughout all
stuff.
of that, you're supposed to try and keep your own opinions. Like, huh? What?
Oh, sod that. If something's going on, I'll voice up.
Yeah,
As you guys know, I'm a carer, and I worked with agency quite a lot of years when I first started care. And I went into this one care home. There were things going on, and I was like, "This is not okay. Like, what are you doing?" They wanted to
yeah.
get someone up at 4:30 in the morning, start getting them washed and dressed all the day.
Wow.
I'm like, "Mm-mm, nope,
No, no.
not
Like,
happening."
this still needs sleep.
Yeah. Thing is, people say I've got a loud mouth, I talk too much, I'm gobby.
Really?
Yeah,
I can't imagine why.
oh, throughout my childhood, I've always been called from my family members, from friends and so forth, gobby cow.
Yeah,
And I'm proud to be a gobby cow. You need a gobby
yeah,
cow friend in your life.
yeah. I must admit, there's been times, especially over the last week, when I did that pre-interview,
Mhm.
there's been times where I've been like, yeah, I need Vic. She tells me it's straight. Like, if something's not right or even I'm wrong, I can rely on her to like turn around and say, you're right about this. No, you need to stand your ground there more.
Mhm.
And sometimes you need that
Yeah.
because I think, and another thing is, as a female survivor, you tend to lose your life a little bit if you don't have somebody there sometimes saying, no, this isn't right. No, you weren't treated right there. Because you do lose your opinions and your personality.
You
And
do.
that's the lasting impact it leaves, I think, that
It does.
I've
You'll never be the person that
seen.
you once was.
No, no,
Yeah, it's lost.
yeah,
It's very hard to get that thing back, get that
yeah,
person back.
yeah,
Can change because the situation you put
exactly.
yourself through life, like Emma Watson, she's been through a lot in her life, and it's
Mm,
shaped her to what she is today.
yeah,
Things in life will shape
absolutely.
you.
Yeah. I mean, there were times when I did so much soul searching and things like that after the abuse. And that's where Imperfect TV came from. Because I was like, well, I'm not going to be like that anymore. But because all this stuff has happened to me, I'm
Mhm.
now imperfect, but I'm no less of a person than I was for going through it. And
Absolutely.
I think sometimes people have been through something or not. There's no reason to dial down your personality or anything else just to fit in with the people around you.
I completely agree. Agree. Your personality shouldn't change. The thing is, when an abusive partner
Hmm.
are abusing you, your personality goes.
Yeah, it does. It
It
does. You
disappears.
go into like a zombie mode.
I was gonna say you become lifeless.
Yeah.
Become lifeless and you feel dead inside. You don't know
Hmm.
who you are. You shut yourself out from the
Hmm.
world, friends, family, everyone in your life. Work. You stop going to work
Hmm.
because they're abusing you because they think you're cheating on them while you go to work or whatever. There's so many things
Yeah.
that goes on.
Yeah.
This is why
Yeah.
it's important to get to know your friends really well, to know when they're not okay and when they are in an abusive
Exactly.
relationship. Don't be wrong,
Yeah.
female, we can pretend that everything's
Yeah.
okay and put on a mask, right? Let's face
Uh,
it, girls, we can do that.
that's one
But this is
thing that we
why,
can do so well.
yes. But this is why it's important to know when they are actually doing it.
Yeah.
Because they're in an abusive relationship, you know something's going on. Hang on a minute. She's worn them clothes like 3, 4 days now, or
Hmm.
there's a bruise on her arm. How did she
Hmm.
get that? She's not going to work. Why is she not going to work for like 2 weeks?
Hmm.
You know what I
She's
mean?
not spending time with friends and family.
The house is dirty.
Hmm.
There's no food in the fridge or whatever.
Yeah.
There's always signs to look out for.
Yeah. The signs are always there.
Absolutely.
And I think that's why it's so important to not only know our truths and what we stand by, but to know our friends to some degree as well, because then we know if something's not only impacting them physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. And sometimes when you've got this little outside voice, no matter what it is, if it's an abusive partner, an abusive parent, something like that, it can still chip away at the morals that people possess. And so if they get interrupted or anything like that, then things can change and they can change as people. But yeah, it's so, so interesting looking at people's truths and what they think it is and all that kind of stuff because it's never ending.
No, it's not. But the thing is, you have to believe when someone's telling you the truth, We have to believe it. So the
Yeah.
media can lie.
Yeah.
No, I
Yet
mean,
again.
like, can.
Yeah.
We know government lie all the time. And the media lies.
I mean, who doesn't, let's face it.
Yeah. But you have to, like you say, know the truth. There's two sides to every
Exactly.
story.
Yeah. Yeah, there are. I must admit that reminds me of a fridge magnet that I had when I was younger. There are two sides to every argument, mine and the wrong one.
I love that.
That's what it used to say on it. And I used to point at it every day. Like if me and my dad were having an argument or anything like that, I used to point at it and say, no, there are two sides to every argument, mine and yours, which is the wrong one.
Love that. That's brilliant.
But yeah, it's so good delving into all these different topics, and that's why this is called Imperfect Chatz. So then we can have more open dialogue around these different things, which impact so many different people without them necessarily realizing
It
a
affects
lot of the
everyone.
time. Yeah,
You know, going back to the abortion, it's going to affect your parents because it's going to be their grandchild. Do you know what I mean? Like, whatever choice you make, whatever decision you make, it's going to impact a lot more than you think.
yeah. So, shall we head into what we're really here for?
It's Sunday roast dinner.
Do you know, I'm actually going to call it Sunday Roast with Love on YouTube tomorrow. Like, do you think that covers everything?
Pretty much.
But yeah, so I've got one to start us off, but this is all about accepting our own imperfections by putting a funny twist on them. Okay. So, where we look at our own imperfections, roast the hell out of our own in a funny way.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go.
So, I'll start off
Okay. Let's
because
go.
I think I've got
Let's
one.
hear it.
I
Let's
mean,
hear it.
it's taken me half an hour to come up with it, but hey,
What, during this podcast? You thought about it during the podcast?
see? Our brains are weird.
I'm not going to lie.
Hmm.
I just thought of one within like 5 minutes.
Go on then. You do yours first.
No, you do yours first. I'll wait. You go, Doc.
So, mine is I don't need a Halloween mask because I've got acne all year. Yay! Go on then.
So, you know, people use the megaphone, right? It's a bit
Yeah.
pointless considering I can't hear anyway. So, it's a bit pointless. I can't hear you. You know, I'm deaf. Yay!
I love that because it gets us both thinking about imperfections in so many different ways. And they're the things that people pick up on and occasionally call us out for. But if we actually own them, the power's not theirs.
It's not, no. Like, there's so many things that aren't perfect. Like, I'm sure I'm 4'8". Like,
I
that's
mean, like,
not
you're actually smaller than me.
that's not hard to beat, is it? I'm smaller than anyone. But at least I can get away with kids' shoes. You know, no tax, you know. It's a win-win
Yeah.
situation here. So I have got that. No one's perfect.
No.
Like, the thing is, when I say to people I'm deaf, and they look at me like, "You're not old." Like, people
Yeah.
associate deafness with old people, and that's the signal
Yeah.
that we need to change. It's really
Yeah.
infuriating. People mindset, man. It's just
Yeah. It's the one underlying subject, I suppose, throughout this whole episode is people's perceptions. And I suppose that brings us nicely onto the topic of next time's episode, which is social media versus reality. So for
love it.
that, we could do all sorts. Definitely bring in a cup of tea to that one because I have loads to talk about on that one.
There's a lot to talk about, isn't there?
Yeah.
So much from, as you say, social media to your partners, how
Yeah.
they expect you to act. It's like, well,
Exactly.
that's not me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, a lot of partners, they want you to dress a certain way
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Like,
No. Really? No. I'm done with being your puppet.
but yeah, there's a lot of people associate deafness with old people, and a lot of conditions they associate that with other things. It's like, no, knowledge is
No.
power, people. Babies can have cancer.
Yeah.
Babies can have deafness, you know, and it's not nice to think about it
No.
because they don't deserve it. But it's blindness as well. Kids can be blind. Like,
Absolutely.
there's a lot of things
There's
that
a
people
lot
think
of
old. There's not.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that are impacted by the stereotypes that we're brought up around right from
Exactly.
when we're younger. And the thing is those damage our perceptions of others later on when we encounter different people in lives.
It's how you've been brought up though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I don't think a lot of people will think young people can be deaf. Because
No.
I bought glasses since God knows what age. Hearing aids and deafness, T-tube, grommets in my ears. Like, there's a lot of things
Yeah.
throughout childhood that makes you know what it's like in the real world.
Mm.
Have a different mindset to people who don't experience the same thing as you.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's why it's important to bring these conversations up because you can't create enough awareness around different topics which maybe don't affect everybody. But that's not to say that they won't later on.
Never say never. This is what people think.
Exactly.
You always think it's not going to happen to me,
Hmm.
but it can do.
Famous last words.
Exactly. Exactly.
And with that in mind, thank you so, so much for keeping us company on another episode of Imperfect Chatz podcast. Now available wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube as well at Imperfect TV Network. So, what have people got to do, Vic?
Race us in the comments.
Probably they will do that anyway. What else have they got to do?
Yeah, just keep racing us on social media, guys. Make sure you give us a follow though, because if you're going to race us and you're not following, then we're not going to take the race that'll be. We're just going to delete it. So if you're going to do all them, make sure you're going to give us a follow on our social media.
Yeah. And make sure you join the Imperfect fam on YouTube.
Yes, make sure you follow us on YouTube, everywhere.
Yeah. Social medias will be left down in the description, as always. So, all that's left to say is
Imperfectly, perfectly, we grow step by step. We let the pain go. In this space, we heal. You know, it's all about the journey, not